Okay, hi back again to the fifth tutorial part to build a car in Blender. That is the let's stand that we had. Today we'll make the door. That means we go to that door and make a cutable mask of a door and cut it out of the model. So what we need for that is we go here and click with the left mouse button. Then the 3D cursor comes to this position. Then we plug in a curve, a Bezier curve, rotate X 90 degrees so we see them from the front. And now we put them with grab with the back part on this, that we come here. From there we start and go around the door. These Bezier curves take a lot of testing and working with them. They are not easy to handle. But each more you try, each better the result. So we this is our first point, and each of them has a middle point and two outstanding points. With the outstanding points, you can, with grabbing, you can bend the curve. If you go near, then it was sharper. You go up, then it goes brighter or wider like you would. So we make it here in this direction because we want to go here. So that is the second point. That has two birds on the side also. And when we grab them, we can lean the curve to fit with the rest. So we have two set and need to have more. So we go to the middle point and E to extrude. Now we have a new point. The middle point, we set them here. But now is this is the middle point, that is the right point, that's the left point. We get the left point and make them shorter because here we need only short distance. And grab and try, and now that is the position you have it. Okay, next one. Go in the middle point, extrude, get the middle point to the end where we want to go. That's there. Now get a point, the left point in this case, and hit G to grab, and then move the mouse that it lines up with the model. So we go on, middle point on, extrude, go down, get the left point, grab, and look that it lines up. Now you see here it is bended too much. That is because that part from the middle to the right is too much. You need harder bending. So we go to the Y and you see it comes harder, 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 and now it's really hard. But then this changed too. So we must go here and tweak them again that it fits and line up. And now we have a good sharp edge here. So we go on from here to the next. Here starts a roundness, here ends the roundness, here starts a new roundness. So we extrude to the next important part, that is here. Maybe here. So you see it lines up, not really, but a little. So we grab it in this and try to make it a little bit more. When you go in object mode, then you see how it looks. Good. We tweak here a little. So it's always important that this goes through the way we want to make the next. Okay, middle point, extrude to that point, and always the middle point is the goal, not the other. The other twos are for the bending of the curve, yeah. So we get the top one and bend it when it fits. Click left, and it's okay. So here, middle point, extrude the middle point to the end, then get the right one and bend it. Here we have the same problem as before. It isn't sharp enough, and that means this point must near to the center. So we drag them to the center, and we see it's harder, but then he edits that too, so we must retweak this. So now we have a good following, and now we close that thing. That means we hit here the middle point and the middle point of that one, and then as we shift, hold, click this one, the middle point, hold shift, click the middle point of the other curve, and press, you can let the shift down, and press F to close that. So now he tries to close that. Same problem as before. Here must be a sharp edge. So we must get them to this position here. We go here in a little. But always think if you do the one side, you have problems on the other side. Don't must be completely 1000% correctly, but near to. So we see that we must go here. So we grab this one. Then we need to grab this again. And maybe we should tweak here a little. Good. I see we need here a second one. That isn't enough. We need two here to get this bending correct. That means we go with Control Z backwards. To the point where it is open. So, okay. So we grab that top thing there and make it here, extrude to this point, and then rotate that again. That we get good result for that. Yeah, that looks better. Yeah, and so we tweak them now to a good looking position, make the one shorter, get this bending there. Okay, now we have that bending, and now we close that 2 points with F, and now we can handle that better. See here a little. So we go near. Okay, got a little bit here, and so it lines up like a door should be. Good. In the moment, this is a curve, but we need a mesh to cut. So what we do is we convert these lines into a mesh. That means we make a copy of them. Then we hit Alt and C, convert to, and here stands mesh from curve. We click that, and now when we in edit mode, we see now it's points. We don't want to have too much points. That means we delete some, this here, with circle selection, X, delete vertices, and with shift this both together with F close. Same, but only on straight lines. Round lines you can't make that too much less than it's not round. So with F close, here is a straight path. There we can delete some and close this with F. So that's nearly what we want. We look at the original, it is the original, so good. We make a copy of that too, Shift D. Okay, now we want to cut out the door of our mesh. So we grab the mask that we built. As yesterday said, be careful that it is in the front of the model. And you see it is in the front, good. Now look to the car and get a good position for that. Something, oh, like that maybe. And normally it's such like that. Go a little bit deeper. I think it's good. On this one we can make later. We have there a small part there, but equal. Who cares? So now we have marked our mask. Then hold Shift and right click on the mesh. Then in tab in the edit mode, A to select all, and knife project on the toolbar. Now the door is cutted. We want to get the door out of the car, so we press P to separate and say selection, and now the door is single object for now. Good. We have now this here we can mark, and then we say scale x 0, and then we make good looking wipes from them. Here the same scale x 0. Oh, they're not okay. Make it later, no problem. We do that all. Here we can try. We mark them. This line here, and say with X dissolve edges. And you see they are gone and we have a clear topology. That is good. Here we try and make the same. X, limit, dissolve edges, and it's gone. Here the same, dissolve edges. Here, edges. And this part too, and this part here, and this. So now we have a clean topology for that. Maybe if you want, you can make here some new loops, if you want. I'll let it in a moment like it is. Here we have shading arrows. Then we must look later what we can do there to get that better. We must cut in there and then it's good. But at last we have the edge split, and when we make them correctly, it will be gone too. Well, we will see. Okay, no problem. We let it for a moment. Now we have a door. A door, window, car, better isn't possible. So then we need in the door this hole in there. So we need a new mask. So we make a cube, scale them to the size of this, and scale in the X. Then we need to uh, give them the lines where the roundness should work. That means we go in edit mode, uh, Control R for loops, roll the middle mouse button to make more loops or less loops, and accept them with left mouse button. So we have that. We make a 2 in the other direction. Okay, accept them with left. Now we can round up the edges. So we mark with Shift all these edges. Now we can hit Control B to bevel to make things round. Move the mouse and roll the middle mouse button to make it round. If you think it's good, then you can accept that with clicking left. Okay. Now we have the basic style. That means we can delete the back part completely. Okay, mark them and delete them. Same here, that we don't need. We only need the outline. So X, birds. That is our mask to cut in the door. So we get the door to this position. That lines up there. Then we get our hole in front of the object. It's important. Then we can cut in, but I will see we are at the right. No, we must go to this point. So now, good. First, the mask. You know, we 1,000 times made it. Knife projection. Now it's cut it in. Take them by the side. Now this is cut it in. And we want to intrude them. But when we try that, there will be shading error. I can't say you that before. So we make it other way. We get these two guys here and delete them, delete the edges. Now we have the hole. Now we mark the completely hole and separate them with P selection. Now we have only this hole, this one here. And now we can say this whole thing should be extruded. Then we scale it a little and maybe 2 times, 3 times, 5 times like you want. And scale them down that we have this, this style there. Then we smooth them. We have shading errors surely, so we can make here a loop in and we can dissolve some if you want. Dissolve edges to get a better result of that, but it's all your stuff. You can do that when we later get this remesh on it. I said it before, then it will look better. So we make here geometry right, and when we put them back, then we have this wonderful looking shit there. So material is the name of the this material that we built for that. We can also remove doubles. That is always good when you have words over words. Then you can clean the mesh with this, remove doubles. So there wasn't something to clean, it was a clean stuff. Then we have here under shading, we can recalculate. Then the normals, that is the face looking direction that are normal. There you can manipulate with them. Good. When we take here a remesh on it, add split, then you see it's sharpen up. Good. We have that. We can now join them together or place them a little bit better that we don't have this part here. I think looks good. So shift, mark both, and then join together as one. Now we have that door. Good. That was the door for today. In the next part, we make the front part we cut in there and cut out the back part that we can open that later. And then we build the wheels and so on. So thank you for watching. See you in next tutorial. So bye.